Have you ever know exactly what you wanted to do, but you just found yourself totally, completely paralyzed?
Oh, yeah. That invisible wall.
Right. Like you have the plan, you have the desire, but you literally feel like your feet are encased in concrete.
It's incredibly frustrating because you're basically revving the engine and pulling the emergency brake at the same time.
Yes. You're just exhausting yourself. And no amount of willpower seems to break through that overthinking or fear.
Which is funny because, we consider ourselves capable, driven people.
Exactly. You should just send the email or make the call, but the mechanism is just jammed. So today on this deep dive, we're looking at a very specific and frankly really fascinating solution to that exact problem.
Yeah, this one is pretty unique.
It really is. We are looking at a service called the Vibe Tuning Hotline. It's a same-day emergency energetic alignment service.
Created by Stephanie Cathon.
Right, of Energy Works With Me. And the mission of our deep dive today is to really get into the exact mechanics of this hotline.
We need to figure out what an energetic reset actually is.
Because, she claims a simple 20-minute call can clear your mental static and get you moving forward again. Which, sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, yeah. When we're used to long-term coaching or therapy, a 20-minute fix sounds impossibly brief.
So before we can understand how the hotline actually fixes the problem, we kind of need to understand what the problem looks like in our daily lives.
Right, the symptoms.
Yeah, and the source material lists these very specific signs that indicate you might need this same-day emergency alignment.
It's not just a generic, I feel sad today kind of thing.
No, it's highly situational, like being stuck in a decision or just overthinking your very next move.
Those acute moments of friction.
Exactly. It mentions feeling overwhelmed or scattered,
Yeah.
but then it really zeroes in on these high-stakes moments, like preparing for a difficult conversation.
Or launching a big project.
Yeah, presenting to a crowd or experiencing this sudden, massive wave of self-doubt.
It's those threshold moments, right? Where you're about to become visible or take a risk.
It's just feeling totally disconnected from your confidence.
Ugh.
Honestly, reading the list, it sounds to me like having 20 browser tabs open in your brain.
Right? Oh, I know that feeling.
And one of them is just playing this really loud, obnoxious music.
And you cannot find the tab.
You can't find it. But I do want to push back on this just a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
Because looking at that list, the overthinking, the dread, the presentation nerves, isn't this just normal, everyday stress?
Right, like standard anxiety.
Yeah. Why is it being framed as this, energetic issue?
Well, what's fascinating here is the distinction between how we mentally label stress and how we actually experience it.
Okay, what do you mean?
So psychology might call it an overactive amygdala, right? But Stephanie Cathon reframes these exact experiences as literal, energetic static.
Static, like on a radio.
Exactly like a radio.
Huh.
Because if you call it overthinking, you're inviting your brain to try and solve the problem using the tool that's currently malfunctioning.
The intellect.
Right. You're trying to outthink your overthinking.
Which just opens 10 more browser tabs.
It's an infinite loop. So calling it energetic static takes it out of the intellect entirely.
I see. So it's more about your state of being.
Yeah. If you're trying to tune into a frequency of, let's say, clarity or confidence, but there's a thunderstorm of fear nearby, you just get static.
And that static literally blocks your decision-making.
It completely compromises it. You're reacting to the noise, not the reality of your situation.
That makes a lot of sense. So if this static is the barrier, who is the person actually offering to clear it?
Well, we should definitely look at Stephanie Cathon's background.
Yeah, let's look at the architect here. She's been doing this for over 15 years, which is a long time.
She didn't just throw this hotline together yesterday.
No, she's an international best-selling author, a keynote speaker.
Yeah.
But the most interesting part to me is her audience.
Who she works with, right.
Yeah, she helps creatives, entrepreneurs, and spiritual seekers reconnect with their personal power.
And that demographic tells us a lot.
How so?
Well, entrepreneurs and creatives, they don't have a boss handing them a to-do list. Their entire livelihood depends on their internal drive.
Oh, that's true. If their energy stalls, the business stalls.
Exactly. The stakes for their internal state are huge, which leads right into her core philosophy.
Which is, and this is a direct quote, when you shift the energy you bring to your life, you change what becomes possible.
It's a powerful statement.
And she boils it down to this guiding principle. Your energy leads, your life follows.
Right.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because in practice, what does that actually look like?
Well, think about how we usually operate.
Like if I'm stuck at my desk on a Tuesday, staring blankly at an email.
Right. We're conditioned to think that action dictates our state. We tell ourselves, just grind through it. Force yourself to send the email, and then you'll feel better.
The whole fake until you make it hustle culture thing.
Exactly. We put the action first, regardless of how miserable we feel doing it.
So how does her philosophy flip that?
She's saying your energetic state is the filter. If your underlying energy is blocked or fearful, the action you force yourself to take carries that frequency.
So if I force the email,
Yeah.
it might come off super defensive or weird.
Yes. You make the call, but you sound hesitant. And the results you get back reflect that blocked energy.
Oh, wow. So you have to fix the state of the person doing the task before you tackle the task itself.
Precisely. You shift the energy first, and suddenly the actions become effective.
Solutions just kind of appear.
Because your perception shifted. The possibilities were always there, you just couldn't see them through the static.
That brings us to the actual mechanism of the 20-minute call. Because translating 15 years of philosophy into 20 minutes is quite the leap.
It's a massive micro-intervention.
The wildest part to me is the preparation. Or I guess the complete lack of it.
Yeah, she doesn't want you doing homework.
The text specifically says you don't need the perfect words. You don't even need to know exactly what's wrong.
Which is brilliant, honestly.
You just have to know your energy is off. You don't have to wait until things hit rock bottom.
Because if you're in cognitive overload, you can't fill out a detailed intake form.
Right. If you knew their root cause, you wouldn't be stuck.
She's just meeting you exactly where you are. Bring the static.
So you call in with all your static. What actually happens, there are 4 specific steps, and I really want you to walk us through them.
Sure.
Step 1 is identifying the energetic signal your vibration station is broadcasting.
Back to the radio analogy.
Yeah, so this is diagnostic.
Exactly. The first few minutes, you and Stephanie are just figuring out what song is playing. Is it imposter syndrome? Is it fear of failure?
You got to know the channel before you can change it.
Right.
Okay. Step 2 is shifting the energy surrounding the situation. Now, this is where I get a little lost.
How she does it in minutes.
Yeah, over the phone. Are we doing deep breathing or what?
Think of it as a psychological pattern interrupt.
Like breaking the loop.
Exactly. When you're spiraling, you're in an echo chamber. Bringing in an objective, highly experienced external voice acts as a system reboot.
Oh, like force quitting a frozen app on your phone.
A literal force quit. Just speaking a vague fear out loud to a neutral third party can instantly diffuse its power.
So it's not some mystical zap. It's the somatic calming of someone holding space for you.
Yes. There's no pressure to solve your whole life, just this one specific situation.
Which leads to step 3, reconnecting you with your inner wisdom and clarity.
Notice the word reconnecting.
Right, she's not implanting new wisdom.
No, you already know the answer. The caller almost always knows the decision they need to make.
She's just clearing the debris so they can see it.
Exactly.
And then step 4 is identifying one energetically aligned next step. Just one.
Not a 5-year plan.
Right. But here's where it gets really interesting to me. I have to play devil's advocate.
Okay, let's hear it.
Can a 20-minute call really accomplish what people spend months in coaching for?
Well, that's a common critique, but it kind of misunderstands the whole point of a hotline.
How so?
It's not meant to replace foundational long-term work. It's triage.
Triage. Like in an emergency room.
Exactly. The source material points this out perfectly. Sometimes you don't need months of work. You need support in the exact moment you are experiencing the block.
If you're actively bleeding, you don't need a physical therapist. You need a tourniquet.
Right now.
Oh, that makes so much sense. It works because it's hyper-focused on the immediate present.
It's an intervention to unfreeze you. There's no time to get lost in the weeds.
Okay, so we've cleared the static, found the next step. What are the tangible results?
Well, the outcome is really empowering because Stephanie isn't acting as a guru telling you what to do.
She just restored your agency in step 3.
Exactly. The common result is simply a tuned frequency. The static is gone, and the caller can finally move forward with that one aligned step.
So they hang up and actually take the action.
Because the energetic resistance to it is gone.
Which brings us to the logistics. Because they really mean hotline.
The availability is wild.
Yeah, they offer same-day appointments, which in the coaching world is practically unheard of.
If you have to wait 3 weeks for an appointment, the emergency is over.
You've probably already failed the launch or quit the project.
Exactly. The same-day aspect is the linchpin.
So they have these specific hotline hours set up in Eastern Time. Mondays from 5 to 8 p.m.
Perfect for after work.
Tuesdays are 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then again from 5 to 8 p.m., and Fridays from 4 to 9 p.m.
Really specific blocks just for inbound emergencies.
So what does this all mean for accessibility? Because an emergency session with a 15-year expert should probably cost a fortune.
You would think so.
But right now, a session is just $77 for a limited time.
That's incredibly low for triage.
But the text notes the price is jumping to $111 on August 1st. And since today is July 25th, you listeners literally only have a few days to grab that lower rate.
You know, even at $111, this raises an important question. Why are we so conditioned to sit in our stuck energy?
Oh, man. That's a great question.
Why do we tolerate weeks of internal static and lost productivity instead of just getting a quick reset?
I think it's a martyrdom complex. Like, we think if it's hard, we have to suffer through it to prove we're worthy of success.
We completely romanticize the struggle. We confuse suffering with actual hard work.
But if energy leads and life follows,
then sitting in suffering is actively destructive to your outcome.
it's just bad resource management. You wouldn't drive your car for 3 weeks with the check engine light flashing.
Well, you'd pull over and get it fixed.
And this hotline is the emergency pit stop.
Exactly.
So to recap the mission of our deep dive today, this vibe tuning hotline is an energetic reset button for those high friction moments when you know what you want, but self-doubt and static are holding you back.
It diagnoses the signal, interrupts the pattern, reconnects your wisdom, and gives you one aligned step forward, all in 20 minutes.
And it's all built on Stephanie Cathan's philosophy that changing your energy changes your possibilities.
It really is acute care for your momentum.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you all with a final thought to mull over.
Let's hear it.
If a mere 20 minutes of guided intention can clear the static that paralyzes our biggest decisions, it really makes you wonder.
Oh, this is good.
How many of our seemingly insurmountable life problems aren't actually insurmountable at all? What if they just require us to tune our minds to a slightly different frequency?
That is a profound perspective shift. The barrier might just be the lens you're looking through.
Change the channel, change the outcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep asking questions, keep looking for those new frequencies, and we will catch you on the next one.